Yahoo. It's nostalgic, right? Do you remember? Flashback. Flashback. It's Flashback Tuesday. Flashback. Throwback Tuesday. Throw it back on Tuesday. Throwing it back on a Tuesday. Throwing it back on the Tuesday. Hi. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Sorry, I was a little close there. That was a bit much. That was a bit much for Elmo. That was a big word for Elmo. You think I'm an A? Thank you. It stands for awesome. It stands for awesome guy. Because that's what I am. I'm awesome. Every day. Yippee, my awesome Sugoi life. Not coming inside? No, I figured it... excuse me. I figured it would be safest to stay out this way. So, updates. Updates. Health updates. I'm sure you might be curious or maybe even worried. So I'll just be open with you. My condition. It is not, in fact, bacterial. It is, however, viral. It was a viral infection. And so, rest in the end was just the strat. And it was enough, actually. I woke up this morning feeling way better. Just by coincidence, before starting any actual treatment. It was just a simple viral infection. Yeah. I woke up this morning, my throat didn't hurt, my fever was gone. I think it's gone. I'm pretty sure. I was able to walk around and do stuff normally. So yeah, we're kind of balling again. I don't know if I'm fully recovered, but I think I am. I feel like I am. I don't want to assume that I am, but yeah, that's why we're here. Today is still a super busy day for me, so this is pretty much all I can do with the way my calendar looks for today, but I wanted to at least do this much. I was gone for 2 whole days. Yeah, I'll be continuing to drink as much water as I can. But that's enough about me. What's good in your world? What have I missed the last multiple periods of 24 hours? It's been a minute. It has been a moment since we caught up properly in this setting. Open the door. No. I do not want to virally infect you. That's why I'm outside today. It's okay. Weather's nice. It's not too hot. It's not too cold, so I don't need my coat. Because I've kind of just given up on getting that back anytime soon. I figure I'm just going to have to wait till I'm very outwardly pathetic because it's cold. Then I'll get it back. Lots of studying. It's that time of year for a lot of people. I believe in you. You got this. Getting ready to sleep. Okay, well, I'll be on my way. Get some good rest. Oh my goodness. Believe me when I say I haven't watched any other livers. Really? Nobody? Question. How do you want me to respond to this information? Because I feel like I see a bunch of different approaches taken by other livers and a bunch of different things that viewers prefer, that listeners like. How do you want me to respond to the notion that you might be watching somebody else? Do I sense that you want me to be jealous of them? do I sense that? Do I sense that you want jealousy from me? You want me to be jealous? You want me to be like, yeah, good thing you didn't watch anybody else because I'm your only Oshi, right? Is that what you want me to be like? Is that how you want me to behave? I got another question for you. How do you expect me to behave? How do you expect me to respond to that? Rather than what you want, how would you anticipate me specifically would feel about that. What do you think I would what do you think I would say? I'm curious. I've kind of kept quiet on the subject till now, I think. I haven't really mentioned it. I haven't really vocalized any thoughts one way or the other. Hmm. A little jealous. Betsuni. It's not like I want you to watch just me or anything. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally just joking. I personally, I don't know. I think all the other livers are super cool. And I'd be a hypocrite to try and goad you to not watch them or support them. If anything, I actually would love the opposite. I love when I see Debonairs show support to other people as well. So I'm kind of the opposite. I think I don't know, if somebody else can bring you joy, then that's good to me. All I really care about is that you're happy. You know what I mean? As long as you are happy and entertained, I'll be happy. Yeah, right. You don't watch them? Well, I do. I'm queued up every stream. Hope you know. Just letting you know. I don't know if you know, but here come big Hako Oshi. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm that type to get jealous in general. Of course, if I'm your favorite, I would consider that a great honor. Specifically because of just how cool everybody else in Nijisanji is. You know, if I can like stand higher in your heart than everybody else, that means a lot to me. You know, I feel like I have to work harder to earn that kind of position. But I don't need that. And if you can, I don't know, if you can find joy, then that's enough. I'm your second because I'm so cool. What's that? I'm not the first. I'm not. Sorry about that. Let me rephrase. It's okay if you like other livers as long as I'm your #1 favorite. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Could you imagine if I was unironically like that? Could you imagine? No, I think it's funny when people play that shtick up, though. I think it's funny. I think it's a funny joke. I don't know if everybody's joking, but but I'm joking. I think it's funny. It's okay. You can laugh. It's funny. Like a Zula. Oh my goodness. Like that monitoring frame. This is actually the exact frame that I drew for monitoring. I don't know if you knew that. I made this asset that I'm using right now. I mean, yeah, this is a real door peephole that I'm looking through right now. Ne, oni-chan. Ne, oni-chan. Atashi kakoi. Atashi kawaii. Sorry. Atashi kawaii na. Wait, what? How do I? That's a flashback and a half, isn't it? Do you remember this? Atashi kawaii. Ne, oni-chan. Atashi kawaii. Whoa. I look like a planet. This is where Debonairs live, by the way. The question's been asked time and time again. The Doremin get a cafe. The Zerpins get the basement. The By the Beat, the live house. Senyan. I actually don't know where Senyan live. I'm a fake Senyan, unfortunately. Where do Debonairs live? They live on this planet. I feel like this would be so much funnier if I hold on. There we go. Can I get like a well, maybe I could actually hold on. Whoa. So silly. Brown contacts? Why? Do you not like my natural eye color? I was born this way and you're gonna make fun of me? You're gonna say you want me to hide the way I look? I look like that horse. You know that horse that like looks at you from like that, it looks behind to see you? Or no, it's like a really weird POV. Like a fisheye lens photo of a horse. That's what I look like right now. You're gonna make fun of me? Do you not like my eyes, the way they were made? I think everyone should accept the way they were born. As far as like eye color and like hair and stuff goes. I think you should embrace what you've got. I think it's so beautiful. I love my eyes. I don't care what you think. I love my eyes. Silent Mama made me so beautiful. What, you don't agree? Do you know when you're making fun of me, you're making fun of Silent Mama? It's so silly. Whoa. That's enough. Oh my goodness. Now I make fun of myself. What? I don't do that. I love the way I look. I'm very happy. I'm very content. I used to be kind of like neutral, leaning negative, but now I've learned to celebrate it and to embrace it. Welcome back. Tadaima. Or no. Yeah, tadaima. I always mix up who says tadaima and who says okaeri. I always mix those two up. 同じじゃない。違うよ。Yeah, I'm back. I should be able to... Well, here's the dilemma. I got sick at a really bad time, right? Like, I'm healthy-ish. I'm able to use my voice again like I want to. But streams will still be spaced out a bit because I'm still super busy for the rest of the month. I've been cooking. I'm trying so hard to cook, but I'm just so slow in the kitchen. You have no idea. It's been so tough. Okay, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Thank you. I feel so welcomed. I was gone for 2 days, by the way. That's how long it's been. It's been 2 days. just a quick reality check. just a quick reality check. And within that gap of 2 days, I also did a 1.5 hour Twitter space, which is basically almost a stream. So let's reassess. Okay. let's hesitate a bit and stop and think before we call this a drought. I was 2 days. Not 80 years? Not 200 years? No. Not even one. I'm not even a year old yet. I was born like 5 months ago. I'm just saying it. I'm gonna have to like, I don't know, I'm gonna have to build up a tolerance for you or something when I can. I'm gonna have to work you up because I feel like if this is a 2-day reaction, when I need to take a week off to travel or a month off to move, I feel like it might be over. That's gonna be really dangerous. I'm gonna have to give you a tolerance. I'm gonna have to work you towards it. Just every now and then. No, you see, this is exactly why I need to do this. It's for your own good, you see? No, I'm joking when I say that. I would never take a bigger break unless I needed it for something. E.g., if I needed it to rest because I'm burnt out, or if I needed it to work on other stuff like I've been doing lately. But even with those things, I'm usually good with just like one day, and then like I'll like take another day, but like broken apart, so it doesn't feel as long. Will I miss you? Of course. I always miss this. I always miss what we got going here. I get bored. Sometimes I get irritable. I'm like, I want to do something, but I can't. You know what I mean? I get very whiny and temperamental about it. I may take a long break at some point, though. I don't think I want to do it anytime soon. I'd kind of like to spend at least the first year doing everything regularly. Ideally, the first 1.5 to 2 years if I can, but there may come a time when I really just need to step away from everything. You know what I mean? Like vacation style break. In which case, you know, even if I'm gone in that setting, I would have so many cool stories to tell you when I came back. So our conversations would be more about like, you know, what you had for breakfast. You know what I mean? So then we both win. I do that a lot lately, I've noticed. I'm so prone to like, whenever I'm reading or like thinking, I'll go, It's coming out a lot more than it used to. I almost did it again. I almost went, But yeah, TLDR. The condition that I had is not bacterial, so I don't need antibiotics or anything. Very probably just a viral infection, which I'm already on the way out from recovering from. I'm already doing better. My symptoms are all better. It was a very quick one, just lasting a couple days. Which honestly, when it's a fever like that, that's usually about as long as it takes for my body to win. These things just happen sometimes. It's so weird because like sometimes I'll be bedridden for weeks over something that took other people a few days to recover from. Other days I'll be over with it like that, you know? My immune system is kind of inconsistent. I used to be the type to get sick all the time though. I'm on a pretty good streak this year. I think this is only like the 2nd or 3rd time I've gotten sick this year. I'm on a pretty good streak. I got a good streak going. I'm on a roll. Because in the past, there was a time when I'd get sick like 6, 7, sometimes even 8 times in a year. So if we're this far into the year and I'm only at 3, I'm kind of winning. Not gonna lie. Could it be because I've been eating sweets? I doubt it. I doubt that had anything to do with this. I'm not actually sure what caused it. It could have just been you know, regular, what is it called? Just regular interaction with other people. You know, like seeing my family and living my life. That's usually how you'll get sick. Especially with something viral. Yeah. In the case of the pain, it was a swollen lymph node. It was lymphatic. My lymph node was responding to the infection. Or I only vaguely remember how that works. It was briefly explained to me again, but I forgot. Oh yeah, shouts out to someone that, because you know, I don't acknowledge these on stream very often. I try to keep this as kind of like a private way to show support or to let me know things, like super private, but shouts out to somebody that sent a tip through Streamlabs before everything was figured out, pretty much calling it. They pretty much called the whole thing and like gave a treatment suggestion as well. Yeah. Or more or less, I think they called tonsillitis specifically. But they were pretty on point really early on. Like the day I first started hurting even just a little bit. Like, it's probably virus or bacteria. Yeah, shouts out that person. It gave me a good idea of what I should, like, what kind of questions I should ask. Debomedic. Debomedic. Dr. Debonair. Dr. Nair. Debo space Nair, full name. No, I don't think you have a last name. You're just Debonair. It doubles as both the first and the last name. It could be like Mario, you know, like Debonair first and last name, the same thing. I don't know, when I break it up, it kind of, I don't know, it feels a little weird. Debo space Nair. That makes me think of when I called I called Frio Mr. Door, and he called me Mr. Nair, and then we never referenced that ever again, but it got put on the nickname sections of both of our VTuber fan and wikis anyway. That's the funniest thing in the world to me, by the way. I don't know. It's not my place to say anything. I'm not there. That's not my business. But I will say, if I controlled the world, the nickname section of any person's wiki would just be nicknames that are regularly used, or are at least used more than once. Like here's another good example. Zio calls me his darling bouncer a lot. That's a good one. That's a good one to have on there, right? I think I've called him my darling bartender exactly once. I think I've done that exactly one time. But I think it's there anyway. It cracks me up so bad. I don't know. I just don't get it. I think when you track every single isolated thing that isn't actually a nickname, you get those really, really long lists, and then they serve the opposite of the purpose they're supposed to, I think. That's just me, though. That's just me. Now it's 2 times? Nuh-uh. I didn't call him that just now. I referenced the fact that I called him that once. That's his thing. He's the freak. I point at him. I blame him. Zeal's list is long. And you know why it's so long? It's because Claude ran down a list of calling him random things 1 time. Most of those he's only called them once. I think the only one he's done multiple times was like Ginjonkler. I think that's the only one that's been multiple times. It's so funny to me. I don't know. But again, that's not my business. Do as you will. Hey, it's not my wiki. But I just think, I don't know, when I think about it, I think like if I was totally new and I didn't know about any of this stuff and I was like, oh, what do they call this guy? And I saw all these things, that's like the opposite of what I need to know. That's just my personal impression though. Again, not my business. Who am I to say anything? Who am I to intervene? I don't know. Just a thought that I had when I saw a screenshot of it. I was like, what? This is not a nickname. There are so many good nicknames floating around, and these are the ones that get archived? Yeah. Dr. Nair. What would I call it then? Not a nickname. Honestly, I'd call it a joke if it's just a one-time thing. Maybe even an accident in some cases. Like Zeal Gajinka, I think that was an accident. I don't know if that's on there or not. That one cracked me up so bad though. I think specifically what made that moment so funny was that he's like, Zeal Gajinka? I'll remember that. I thought that was the funniest one. That's really fun. It's specifically the fact that he's like, I'll remember that, and it's wrong. Zeal Gajinka? I'll remember that. It's on there. You sound like Family Feud. You know, like on Family Feud when they'll give the worst answer ever, and it's absolutely not up on that board. They're like, naked grandma. And then all their family members are like, good answer. Good answer. It's up there. It's this one. I'm in. 100 rupees. It's this one. Gajinka? Steve Harvey, what's there? What is your favorite Steve Harvey moment? I think for me, it's I actually know. I remember the question, but I'm not going to repeat it because the answer was so much funnier if you don't know the question. So without acknowledging the question, the answer someone gave was kill. And it's such a good answer. It's definitely up there. The Steve goes on like he does a little lap around the stage. He goes, yes! Yes! Kill! And then it goes, bang! Like it's up there. One of the highest answers. Oh, sit on it is a really good one. I remember that trended as an audio a billion years ago on TikTok when people dressed up as him for Halloween. Sit on it! And then they'd like do a split. That's so good. I wonder if there's an instrumental for that song. Sorry, that makes me think of a very totally unrelated song where it's just full of euphemisms. It's a very risque song where she's like, I own a secondhand furniture store and I think my prices are fair. That is until one day this real cheap guy walked in, saw this chair he wanted to buy, but wouldn't. Claimed the price was too high. I looked him straight in his eye, and this was my reply. If I can't sell it, I'm gonna keep sitting on it. I wonder if I could find an instrumental for that. That'd be a fun one to do in a karaoke, maybe. How do I memorize? It's a song. I listen to it. And then I remember it. Who was the singer that did this one? This is an older song. I can't remember who she was. I remember her voice so vividly. I'm blanking when it comes to matching the name to the voice. I can even see her in my head. I can see her outfit with all like the frills and the pearls and stuff. Ruth Brown. Thank you. I totally forgot. My brain is full of things. It's how I'm so funny and cool. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You don't get it the whole day. Not for free. If I can't sell it, I'm gonna keep wearing it. Oh my goodness. No. Who snitched? Nobody. Apparently everybody has learned not to snitch this time. Like after the last one, they're like, how dare you say something? I just realized that I wasn't able to see you very clearly anymore. Sometimes I just, you know, rock dog life without my glasses on, and I just get used to it, so it takes me some time to adjust. Which is also part of the reason why sometimes I'll walk around looking for my glasses while wearing them on my face and actively seeing with them. Yeah, I don't know. That's just how it goes sometimes. I just realized that I couldn't see very well. I'll say it is quite rude of you to want me to always have them off. I need these. This is my aid. This is how I see the world. And you want me to take them off? How dare you? You've got some nerve. No, not the glasses. This is what you sound like to me. That's what you sound like. You sound like, you know the baby penguin that you can punt into the abyss from Super Mario 64? The icy level? Where it's like, that's what you sound like to me. That's you right now. Like, my glasses, I'm just kidding. Hey. Let's all calm down. Let's all calm down. I sound like Luca. Zaddies. Zaddies. Let's all calm down. No, I don't sound anything like Luca. I sound like whenever anybody else impersonates Luca. That's what I sound like. Whenever people impersonate him, they always do that. Me too. I do it too. I'm included in that. Whenever somebody's like, I need to sound like Luca, they just go, Sari. He doesn't even do it that often. He doesn't even do that very often. You're thinking about punting us? No. I didn't say that. This is like a I like waffles so you hate pancakes moment. I didn't say none of that. What I said is that you remind me of the baby penguin that you can punt into the abyss. That's all I said. I said you remind me of that baby because of the way that you are whining and complaining because of nothing. Because in the game, you know, you pick up the baby penguin and it knows its fate already. Before you even do it for the first time, it knows what's going to happen. And it just goes, wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. My glasses mean nothing? No, here's the thing. They mean everything to me on my face. I don't get it. I don't get why you want them off so bad. Oh yeah, I'm on my arc of trying to... I've been told by multiple friends that I need to do a better job selling myself, so... just a fun reminder to non-members that during members-only streams, I keep them off the whole time and just tank the fact that I can't see anything. I just take them off the whole time, every single one. That's like one of the perks. Because I don't really offer much else. It's otherwise very normal. So if you want to see it more, well, you know what to do. Skip ad, skip ad, skip ad. Can I put an ad on this? Nah, I didn't enable it. I usually disable monetization on my streams, just by choice. That's just my personal preference. If I ever forget to, that's why it's turned on, usually. Usually means that I've just forgotten to turn it off. Same thing with a lot of stuff. I just have my preferences. Oh my gosh, you're crazy. What? This is not what I wanted. This is not what I intended. What? What? Is this coordinated? What are you doing? Hey! What the heck? What's going on? No, stop. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. That's enough. Okay, we don't need to unionize now. That's okay. Hey. Whoa there. Whoa. Let's all calm down. Hey. What the heck? Are you colluding? Is this collusion? I suspect foul play. What's going on? I'm not even gonna look. I'm closing my eyes. If I can't see it, it's not there. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Who called this shot? Who's the... Show yourself. Expose your leader. What's going on? It's out of control. Oh my gosh. This is awkward. Danjo and Meshi watch along sometime soon. Maybe this week, maybe next week. Maybe never. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I feel like Finana. I feel like I'm just rattling off lately. I don't know, maybe I'm just sappy about my senpai. I feel like every other minute I'm like, I feel like insert liver. Name drop. What the heck? What is this? What is this about? Who did, why? Why? Do you want the glasses off that badly? Is that what this is about? Is it because I put them back on? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Oh my goodness. Jokes aside, thank you as always for your support. I usually have a policy of not acknowledging gifted, but I will do a lump thank you this time around. Just this once. I will break personal policy because this is an outlier. Oh my goodness. You know what? Okay, here, hold on. I'm still gonna put them back on, but just as a not even for this, just as a show of thanks for always being so patient when I am busy and when I'm unavailable and when everything is difficult. I will just give you this. I will here, hold on. Okay, you ready? I know you're normal about that, right? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Wait. No, don't do this. I don't know how to respond to this kind of situation. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just gonna here it's I can see you a little bit better if I just get really close. Hey. You know that TikTok audio where she's like, hey. And then people use it to like show off their weird looking dogs. Hey. Where Wimmer, you got this one. You win this one. Shaking my fist. You win this one. Oh my gosh. Thank you for always being so sweet. Heart emoji. Oh my gosh. What? No, I need to move on. I need to topic change so that you stop. It's all about the Mets. I love the Mets. Let's go Mets. What have I not addressed recently? What am I missing? I talked about it during the Twitter space, but I haven't talked about it on stream. Nijifest has oh my gosh. Nijifest has been announced. Yippee! Yeah, we talked about this briefly on the Twitter space that I did yesterday on Impulse, but I should probably acknowledge it here too, because it's really exciting. And I had like a big milestone by random chance, luckily enough. So for those that did not know, I am on the key visual. I'm on the official poster image illustration for next year's Nijifest, Nijifest 2026 in May of next year, I'm pretty sure. It's a different time of year than this year's was, but I think that's typical. I'm sure it'll be lots of fun. It'll be a really, really good time if you're able to make it. I've got no idea what kind of activities are planned or whether I'll be able to participate in anything yet, but I am very, very excited. I mentioned this again during the space, but I don't know, Nijifest in general, just as a whole, is very nostalgic to me because that's where By the Beat was revealed as a group. And the moment that it was revealed, we watched it together. We did like a group watch along that night. And it was really exciting. It was just really, really exciting seeing everybody respond to like the idea of there being a new group and getting excited about what little pieces they could see of us, like of our eyes or whatever. And it was just really fun. It was a really, really fun night. And it was like the first time in a really long training period, because we were cooking for a while in the oven. It was the first time in a really long training period where it started to feel real, I guess, is one way to put it. Like, it felt like it was actually going to happen. You know what I mean? I never doubted for a second that it would happen. I never was like, oh man, it's not going to happen, or this might not happen. I never had that expectation at all. It's more like it actually felt like it was happening at that point. So it was a very, very precious memory that we made together. So I'm very, very excited to celebrate further Nijifest events in the future. And I'm very, very honored for like the very first one after that to have a member of By the Beat on the key visual. I'm very, very honored. Also very honored for it to be like the only member from EN on the visual. Because usually for these visuals, there's only one. I think one year it was just Luca. I think another it was either just Doppio or just Doppio and somebody else. It's usually just one or two EN livers. So I'm very, very honored that this year's could be me. I'll do my best to to make everybody proud. Not have anybody resent or like regret that it's me. I gotta represent the branch well. And I will do it by by begging and whining and all my other silly things. No, I'm just kidding. I think begging is out. I've already said this. We're out. We're done with begging. We're through with begging. And we're through with the M accusations too. I saw it during the space. I saw it after the space. Why am I an M? Huh? Is it the fever thing? Let's be real. Where's that coming from? I hate pain. I think it's a nightmare. Oh, I figure it's probably actually is it my tweet being like, send me your pain? I fear you misunderstood my pure intentions. That tweet was not me greedily gobbling up your pain because I want to feel pain. It's me not wanting you to feel pain, silly. I hate pain. I'd rather never feel it again. But I'll tank it if it means you don't have to feel it. You know what I mean? Send me your cramps. Yeah, the M is for mindful. The M is for mindful. If I'm an M, it's for mindful. I'm a D for debonair. I'm an E for epic individual. An F for feminist. Let's go. No, I think that much is bare minimum. I'm not gonna lie. I should not be rewarded or praised for that. Let's be real.
Leave her alone. Sorry, I just get really passionate about feminism.
Proud of you. Thank you. Thank you. You're too kind. Thank you. You're too nice to me. K for king. No, the K is for Kaelix. Though K can be for King of 5 Sacred Stars, unbound by the ephemeral veil of the atmosphere, destined for victory in all trials, unyielding in the face of despair, unyielding and unbending in the face of despair, beloved by his companions and citizenry. Star, 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 star. I think that's it, right? Did I get the order wrong again? I always mix up the order. Okay. Kaelix, the king of 5 sacred stars, unbound by the ephemeral veil of the atmosphere, undying and unbending in the face of despair, destined for victory in all trials, beloved by his companions and by his citizenry. Star, 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 star. How do I remember? I just do. I said it out loud twice, and that was enough, usually. My problem with remembering things is the order. I jumble up the order that things go in. It used to be the same thing with like spelling. When I was a kid, sometimes I would jumble up the order of the letters. And even now, sometimes I'll jumble up the order of words out loud, just when I'm speaking normal sentences. Like if I'm not focused enough. It's just one of my weaknesses. My brain will like kind of render things in chunks and then mix those chunks around as a fun prank. Do I remember other Liver's birthday? Sable is October 5th. Right? He's October 5th? Is that right? Is it not October 5th? Is it the 3rd? Oh, man. I tried so hard to remember it, too. I gotta do better. Frio's is February, sometime close to Valentine's Day. I can't remember the date. Zeal's is July 21st. No whammies. I don't remember anybody else. I'm not gonna lie. 27th, February 11th. Well, circle gets a square. October 3rd. I need to at least remember the next one. When is my birthday? November 5th. Maybe that's where October 5th came from. Sometimes I mix my birthday up with other people's. Not that I get confused on my own, but more like because my birthday is one of the only ones I can ever remember. Sometimes I'll accidentally replace the number. October 3rd. I gotta do better. I owe more to him. I'm flopping. I'm fake Seignan. Oh my goodness. 6-month anniversary. Well, it actually depends on which time zone you're in. Because that could be considered September 15th, but it could also be considered September 14th. But it also depends on whether you personally considered the anniversary to be the first time we stream or the day we're announced. Officially speaking, the day we're announced is the debut anniversary, but some people remember it a little differently. That depends on who you ask. Well, yeah, I'm an M for misremembering birthdays. But, hey, I have everything I need to know in my calendar. And it gives me a reminder a full week and a half early, I think. It might be a week early. So then I've got plenty of time to get ready so that I can have a surprise ready. Because I don't know, I care about people's birthdays. And when the time comes, I'll celebrate it. I just forget when it is. I'm just really bad at it. I've tried really hard, too. I think I've audibly repeated October 3rd to try and remember it. And I still flop. I'll get it right next time. I hope. Flop. Ugh. I'm hated. I'm hated. I'm detested. It's okay. If this is how you really feel about me, I'll just go. No, you can literally see me. I'm right there. All right. If this is how you feel, I'll just go. I'll just go. Ah, wow. Your peephole is one of those cool ones that can move left and right a little bit. All right. Let's use this to communicate. Do you want me to end the stream? Oh, what's that? You want me to? Hmm? Oh, you're so indecisive. What the heck? Here, let's try again. Do you want me to wrap up? Oh, really enthusiastic. Oh, maybe the people moves backwards. You can be so silly sometimes. The illusion of choice. No, I'll go for a little bit longer. I do actually have to wrap here in like 10 minutes, though. I do have to wrap here in like 10 minutes. Like I said, today is a very, very busy day, so today's always going to be short. Today's meeting was always going to be a short one. Oh my goodness. Well. He hates us. No. No. It's not true. It is quite the opposite, and it is because it's the opposite that I am so busy. That is why. That is precisely why. It's because I want to make you happy that I have to work so much harder lately. It's been a little bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It's been really difficult. I work so slow. It is so hard for me to balance things. My work-life balance gets so difficult to manage. I'm so weak. I'm just a guy. But I will do my best. Hmm. A short. I do want to do one soon. I will be honest with you. I haven't started a short, but I'm thinking of doing one so that I can get something to you sooner. A lot of the things I'm trying to cook now are more distant stuff. Like you would not see it for a good while. I just kind of have to start now, or else it won't happen. But a short I could probably steamroll like next month or the month after that. That'd be pretty nice. That's what I'm kind of hoping. I'll just I'll have to look into it. Yeah, no guarantee and no promise. Thank you for always being so patient, so kind, so epic. You're too nice to me. Thank you for always waiting. I appreciate it. Likewise, I will. Well, I guess not wait. What is the word I need? I will be back anytime I step away. I'll try not to be gone for long, if I can. Gamba with Giga work. Yeah, this is Giga work. I guess it's not Giga work, because Giga work referred to a specific thing, which everybody knows now, right? Giga work was when they were doing 3D, probably. Now that cat's out of the bag. Yeah, this is not Giga work. I'm not gonna front. This is not Giga work. This is more like turbo work. Yeah, gotta use my own word. Giga is a trademarked IP. This is turbo work. Yeah. Mid work. Nah, this is turbo work by my standards. I think if I had to do that kind of thing, it'd be more like super turbo deluxe edition work. That's what I would call that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't actually know. Honestly, I think if that time came, I would probably be very low-key about it. I don't think I would be the type to tease. I'd rather be mysterious and auriful, you know? I like to be mysterious and auriful in all things. All right, how am I ranking? How's my aura? Standing outside this door. How's my aura? How's my, here, hold on. How do I do this again? How's my aura? Am I auriful? Minus, what? Why is it all negative? Huh? 10,000 positive. Okay, now we're talking. I'll take that. 1. Well, anything higher than 0 is a win, I guess. Score. Let's shoot for 2. What was the crop of the specific one that everybody used as an icon that one time? I think it was more like this. It was like that, right? I think the funniest thing in the specific screenshot that everybody used was that the chat overlay was visible on the screen. So you could see people talking on it if you zoomed in. Slightly open. Oh, yeah, it was like this, right? I don't remember that well. I vaguely remember it, but I do not flawlessly remember it. Whoa. Like the cat meme, like I got a lot of comments saying that for the monitoring short, like the one where it's like this. Am I giving you more icons? Really? You want to do that mess again? This isn't even a good icon. Here, I'll show you a good icon. How can I do this? Okay, hold on. I'll give you a good icon. Watch this. Okay, that's a bit much. How do I do this? It's breaking. Whoa. How do I make this better? I'll make it nice and yellow. Boom. That's a pretty nice icon, right? This is kind of scary. I don't like this. Get it out of here. Oh my goodness. Wait, I lost you. Where'd you go? Ah, there you are. I found you. TV from The Ring. What does she say? You have 3 days. You're gonna die up there. No, wait, that's a different horror movie. Which one is that? That's The Exorcist. You're gonna die up there. That's always mine. That movie's crazy. That is a crazy, crazy horror movie. That movie haunted me when I was a kid, by the way. That was one of my first horror movies, and I watched it way too young. By accident. Scary movie haunted you? Really? That's a comedy. The scary movies are comedies. Those movies aren't scary at all. Those are like parodies of scary movies. Against my will? No, more like I didn't know what it was, and I was too invested to look away. Yeah, that's what I mean by accident. I mean, like, I probably wasn't supposed to watch it. I probably would have been stopped from watching it if it was noticed. But I was just too locked in. Yeah. I was just a kid. Yeah, I do think watching these things with family or with friends does make it less scary. But I think I was just by myself, which made it so scary. It showed up in my dreams. I don't know, even in a scary situation though, if it's got an interesting plot, I have to see it through to the end. I can't just step away. That's one of my biggest weaknesses when it comes to like serialized stuff, like TV shows or anime, things where you watch in episodes. Because then if it gets interrupted and I don't finish it, I'm never going to go back. I'm never going to go back, and it's going to haunt me forever. Yeah. Pain. But yeah, I do actually have to get out of here. I gotta get ready for something. I have a couple appointments to make today other than my medical appointment earlier. But I can tell you about the rest of the week now. Or some of the rest of the week. I still haven't firmly locked it in. No. Thank you for waiting so long. I think this might be the latest schedule I'll ever have. I just keep neglecting to submit it for review. Because I've been ill. I just laid in bed instead of working. At least I worked on things, but I didn't work on this thing in particular. Yeah, I appreciate your patience. As for the immediate future, though, just so you know what to expect, tomorrow will be another Final Fantasy XIV stream, as previously mentioned. It'll be the same people as last week, same time as last week. I think Millie will also be there as well. Thursday, I will be playing Among Us, probably. Hopefully, I will never get imposter a single time. That'd be so great. I hope I never get imposter ever again for the rest of my life. That'd be so wonderful. Friday, I'm thinking of like a members only stream, and I'm thinking that it might be the watch along. I just have to get that cleared first, and it should be cleared. So expect it, but don't be surprised if it comes back negative. There might be like something I'm not realizing. Saturday, I'm thinking Animal Crossing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking Animal Crossing. It's been a minute since the last Animal Crossing. I did a lot over the last week and a half. I gotta catch you up. I gotta let you know what's going on. I'm making money moves in Animal Crossing. I gotta show you my slideshow and do a little bit more terraforming maybe. I don't know yet. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking more Animal Crossing. It's been a minute. Yeah, the stocks have gone crazy. Stocks have gone crazy. I gotta show you my yield. I'm becoming money bags. I'm becoming the problem. Wait, hold on. It's I'm trying to think. It'll actually be, maybe I should do it now. I'm trying to think of how I want to deal with this. So I mentioned this in the pre-chat, and you may have noticed it on your own otherwise, but you may notice that the rules in the description are different than they were before. I'm trying to think of when I want to address them. I said in the moment that I would do it another day, but I also wonder, because it'll be a while till my next solo stream, right? The time to address those in that case would be like Saturday. It might be better to just do it now, I wonder. Just so that we have like a clear stance on it sooner. I felt kind of weird about that though, I don't know. Because I'd hate to disappear for 2 full days in a row and then come back with a bunch of rules to throw at you. I feel like that's kind of lame. They are important though. And there is one new one that is like totally new. Most of them are just me putting in writing things that we've already talked about out loud rather than do like written rules. So most of them are just kind of common sense, but there is one that's new. That's just like something I personally wanted to ask. Maybe now? Okay, hold on. In that case, let me get out of here. Let me do something different. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna switch to the home screen to do this because I feel like that's a more appropriate place. It's a more appropriate place than this, right? Thank you for sitting on the other side of that door, though. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with me. Okay, I'm gonna... How should I do this? We'll do it like this, okay? All right, it's been real. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whoa. Why am I so zoomed in? Okay. We can hang out here till the end, which will be shortly, but I wanted to run through the new rules. I wanted to run through the new rules and describe them in words just so that there's no misunderstanding. I tried to make these as easy to understand as possible without an explanation. But I understand that you may need a little bit more. So, give me 1 second to set this up. I'm gonna do... Let's see, I think I already have one of these. I'm gonna set up like a little thing to display on the screen for you as well. Okay, I'm stalling. You think I'm stalling? Stalling. You think I'm stalling? Stalling. I'm almost done. I just have to break it up so that you can actually read it without it looking all weird. Almost done. Almost done. I'm almost there. I'm a speed runner. I'm a track star. I'm a runner. I'm a track star. I'm almost there. I realize you're not seeing any of this, but I'm like zooming. I'm zooming on the keyboard. Okay. Boom. You ready? Wow. That's a lot. Oh, wait, hold on. I can fix this. This is broken. This is an old piece of text from before I got my new PC. So it doesn't have my fancy effect. Watch this. Haha. Pretty cool, right? Now it matches. Okay. So I just want to run through all of these in order. I won't spend too much time on them. I just want to give you a proper clarification on all of these. So new rules, except they're only kind of new. Most of them, they've already been rules, and those that were not already in writing were things that I just kind of communicated to you out loud. But I figure for people that aren't there to hear everything and that aren't like actively watching and looking for clips of these things, it'd be a good idea to clarify these in writing just to be extra safe so that this place can be comfier for everybody. There haven't been any like serious problem children lately. People have been mostly very behaved. So this isn't something that how do I phrase this? This isn't me being like, you have been on the worst behavior ever and I need to correct you. That's not at all what I'm saying. This is more like I just realized that, like, you know, we'll occasionally see some new people, and there may be times that I need to articulate things again, and, you know, go through it anew. So, firstly, we have be kind and respectful. No bullying, fighting, or hate speech of any kind. This one is pretty self-explanatory. I should not have to say anything more on the subject. Avoid any kind of hate to any specific group of people, like any minority population. And that applies to all kinds of peoples. That this is not the place for it. I don't want to see it as a joke or as like a serious statement. Those are equal in my eyes in this place. So keep that out. Keep any related words out. Very straightforward. This honestly is a good thing to follow just in general on the internet. IMHO. This is like the biggest no mercy rule. It'll be like sudden death on the spot if I see it. So this next one is a kind of big one. This is probably the most relevant one that people will have to be a bit mindful of, because this is an easy one to break. This is a very easy one to break if you're like uninitiated. Avoid spamming. This includes excessive use of emojis, derailing from the topic at hand, asking the same question repeatedly, or asking me to say certain things, use a certain voice, or speak in a certain language. All of these things are examples of spam. And when I try to articulate what spam really means in this practice, in the context of a stream, spam is just anything that interrupts what's going on or takes up more space than it should. Ultimately, these things are a little too unrelated and can make the chat box a very miserable thing to look at for others. If this gets really out of hand, it reaches a point where a lot of people will watch a stream without looking at the chat box at all. They'll just totally close it because they don't feel comfortable looking at it because of things like this. So I want to ask that you take these like extra to heart. Just keep it in your mind, you know? Emojis are always fine. In general, excessive is like 4 emojis or more. An exception to that would be like if you're doing by the beat emojis or something like that, like to denote a group of 4. But otherwise, 3 is usually enough. 3 is honestly just right if you're gonna do emojis. 1 is also perfect if it's like trying to use a channel emoji to express what you're thinking or feeling. Doing a ton of emojis back to back in multiple messages would be considered spam. Karaoke is a bit different. If it's karaoke, that's a setting where it's kind of encouraged to do emoji spam. That's different. But in the context of a regular stream, I ask that if you can, use your words. But that's if you can. If you struggle to communicate in English, emojis are a very effective way to get that across. Or if you don't have anything to say, emojis are also like okay. Just try to keep it reasonable. Derailing from the topic at hand. Topic changes are always welcome. I love if you will say something that will give me something interesting to talk about. This is more like if it's crazy unrelated to whatever we're talking about. Like if I am talking about, for example, earlier I was talking about Nijifest. If I'm talking about that and suddenly you walk in here like, I went to the doctor today and it was great. Or like earlier this morning, I had a bagel. Like if I'm not asking these things, those things are considered irrelevant. It's best to try to match what I'm talking about, right? A good time to share something random would be like if there's a lull, like if I'm not talking about anything or if there's a big pause. And a good way to derail would be like, oh yeah, have you heard of this? Or did you see that this happened? Those are good ways to derail. Those would be constructive, you know? That'd give us something to build on. Otherwise, I'd avoid it. Asking the same question repeatedly. If you ask me a question and I don't answer it, Oftentimes, that does not mean that I did not see your question. It just means that I didn't want to answer it. I could have a ton of different reasons for not wanting to answer. It could be that it's an uncomfortable answer, you know, an uncomfortable question for me to answer. It could be that it's a question I've already answered a billion times. I usually don't mind to repeat myself, but I try not to do it if it's a billion times over, because that can be a bit of a pain to people that have listened to that answer a billion times. Yeah, if you get a, how do I phrase this? If you ask a question and I don't answer it, that is not your cue to ask the same question again until I answer it. In fact, if I do answer it, it'll usually be with a silent ban, not gonna lie, if it gets too excessive. Though I'm also kind of partial to the 24-hour timeout rather than a ban. I like to give people time to think rather than to just kick them out forever. Asking me to say certain things, use a certain voice, or speak in a certain language. I've got serious demand avoidance with these things. If you want to hear a certain voice, you just got to wait for it to happen on its own. Same thing with languages. Please don't come through asking me to speak Spanish, asking me to speak Japanese, asking me to say things in a language I don't know. That's like the worst of it, is like if you say something that I don't know, because then I might say something offensive without realizing it. I think it's important. That's also considered spam. Just avoid all of these things, and we'll be so epic. It will make this space so like hospitable for everybody, and you won't have anything to worry about. This one kind of goes hand in hand with spam. This is something to consider as well. The chat box that you're using right now is your way of communicating with me. This is not how you should communicate with other users. Other users being like other viewers, other listeners. If you'd like to socialize with other Debonairs, I suggest fan communities on other platforms like Twitter. Discord is another good place if you find a server for it, but not here. And please note that this also applies to the waiting room, like pre-chat before the stream has started. Otherwise, if you engage in this too much, it will make it difficult for me to see the other people that want to speak to me. And in the context of pre-chat, it creates a space where other people will be too shy to speak. It creates a clique that people can't break into, and that's really uncomfortable for everybody. So please take that extra seriously, okay? Of course, you're usually very good about this. I've got no complaints lately. I just want to reiterate this in writing for anybody new. This is a new one. This is a totally new one. This is one that is just something I want to ask that I've been thinking about anyway, and I noticed someone else made this rule recently, and I was like, yeah, that would actually make things more comfortable for me personally. This is a rare rule. Most of these rules are actually set for other users. It's for other people. But this one is for me personally, if you don't mind. I personally would rather not hear that the stream that is live is at a bad time for you, or that it's like super late or super early. I'd rather not hear that. That just makes me sad. My time slot has been pretty consistent since debut. I realize that the time I'm streaming right now is the opposite time slot. But aside from that, I'm usually streaming around the same time. If you say that, I'm not going to be able to change the time slot. So all that really does is makes me a little sad that I can't, that I can't meet you at a good time. On the same page, please avoid mentioning like, hey, I just got here, or like, all right, I gotta go. I appreciate it, but ultimately this is just an interruption. And it often will encourage other people to be like, all right, bye, or hello, welcome in. Which is really sweet, but again, this would be considered an interruption. And if everybody did this, there'd be no actual conversation. So please feel free to drop in and drop out silently at any time. That's totally cool. I don't mind at all. You don't need to announce it. This is a new one. This is just for my personal comfort. These two. First one is more like the first sentence is more like just a comfort thing. The second one is more like a flow thing for everybody else. But I kind of lumped them together in one because they're very similar, I feel. Okay. Yeah, this one takes specially into account because, again, it is new and this is something people do pretty often. That's one I want to kind of curb here and now. Okay. Next up, we're nearing the end. This is a big one too. Very, very important. Otherwise, we'll give By the Beat as a whole a very bad rep. Avoid mentioning any other livers or creators unless I mention them first. Conversely, do not mention me in anyone else's stream unless they mention me first. First one is more of like a thing here in my stream, of course. If I'm not talking about another liver, you should not bring them up. I think a rare exception is if they're really, really relevant to something. Like if I don't mention them, but I mention something that is super, super relevant to them. Needless to say, you should not bring up ships at all on stream. Keep this spaceship free for everybody. Feel free to have fun elsewhere. The second part of this is much more important to me personally. Please never, ever, ever go into other people's streams talking about me if they're not talking about me. That's just really unpleasant and uncomfortable for everybody, and it gives us a bad rep. Hi, Kaelix, should be okay to say? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can speak to me, right? This is about other people. Like if I'm streaming and I'm not saying anything about, say, who's my random example victim, Enna Alouette, whom I love and adore. I think she's so cool. I really admire Enna. As much as I admire her, if I'm not talking about her, it would not be relevant to bring her up. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by this. And conversely, if Enna Alouette is doing a stream of her own, she's playing an Elden Ring game or something like that, and she's just balling, and I have not left her mouth a single time, you should not go in there bringing me up. You know what I mean? That's considered very rude. It's usually included in a lot of people's rules, to the extent that it almost goes without saying, but very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, this one applies to gaming streams. It would not have been really relevant today, but it applies to any game that I play on stream. Do not backseat, e.g., do not give me in-game solutions or spoilers unless I explicitly ask for it. I personally find it very fun to figure things out myself, and I kind of like to have a hard time figuring things out. I like solving puzzles, you know. I'm not very good at them sometimes, and I find that process fun. So even if I look like I'm really struggling, don't say anything about the answer or what happens next unless I ask. And even if I do ask, honestly, I think it's best to just leave it as like a hint rather than a full answer. You know what I mean? I think it's more fun and more entertaining overall. Most games, I'm not going to go in there trying to do it as quickly as possible, you know? The joy of the experience is to struggle and to figure things out. Yeah, right. It's much more of an accomplishment if you do it from scratch without any guide or any answer. And in my own time, I'm very like, how do I phrase this? I'm very strict about it. When I play games off stream, I don't use walkthroughs. I don't use guides. Even if I get super stuck, I still don't Google it. I've always been very strict about that. I kind of grew up on that value because as a kid, I didn't have access to guides. I didn't even have guidebooks, and I didn't have guidebooks, and I didn't have access to the internet for a long time. So yeah, I find it much more fun this way. That's the fun part. This last one is not so much a rule, so much as just kind of like a notice for you. So it's not so much something you can break as much as something I'm kind of requesting of you, if that makes sense. A request rather than a hard rule. It's very rare that I would time somebody out or ban them for it unless it was excessive. But I'm personally only confident reading English and really basic Japanese, like baby Japanese. So comments in complicated Japanese or like more mature Japanese, or comments in like other languages, I don't want to say that they're unwelcome, but I personally would struggle to read them. And because the chat box is for you to communicate with me, it would be kind of difficult. You know what I mean? It would only really go in one direction. I wouldn't be able to properly receive it or respond to it. Of course, this only really applies during live chat. When it's off stream, I can use machine translators without issue, but yeah, beginner-friendly Japanese is usually fine. Like super basic, no kanji. I can usually read that. I've still got a lot to learn, unfortunately. Spanish, I'd prefer that is limited alongside other languages. While I did study it in the past, I've forgotten almost all of it. And I also would just kind of prefer to curate a space that is limited to English and then limited Japanese. When it comes to the live stream. In any other languages, if you aren't able to speak in English or in limited Japanese, I think leaving comments after the stream is over is always great, as I mentioned previously. And I think that emojis are an effective way to communicate as well. Of course, you're also free to use machine translators to translate and interpret your comments if you'd like. There was actually a really sweet message I got about that recently. Never be afraid to do that. It's okay if the phrasing is a little awkward. I just want to be able to understand everything you say. You know what I mean? I want to be able to communicate back and forth. That's an important part of this whole thing for me. I care that we can have a conversation. And that's pretty much the purpose of all of these. The be-all, end-all goal of all of these rules is that we can have a nice conversation anytime I'm live. I just want to be able to be unobstructed and uninterrupted. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for always being so kind and so courteous. I feel like I've never really had many issues when it comes to like if I set a boundary, the people that are there to witness it, they never break it. The only issue I ever encounter is with totally new people that weren't there when I set the boundary. So I have confidence that establishing these in writing rather than just doing it in words and occasionally reminding about them, I think will be totally fine. I have no complaints again recently. This is not prompted by me like having a serious issue with everybody or anything like that. This is just me like, I don't know. I saw other livers were adjusting their rules recently and I sat and thought about mine and I was like, mine could be written better than this. Because those are the rules that I established on debut. Time has passed and we've learned a bit more about like what works for us. So I thought it would be a good time when everybody else is doing it to just, seize that chance and update mine in writing. May slip up. No worries if it's like something small or something really like what is the word? If I might just look over it. If it's something kind of like I don't know, if it's something minimal. And if it's something that's kind of contextual, it's usually fine. These are not super strict rules, most of them. Some of them are, but yeah, oftentimes it's fine. Just keep these in your mind. And if you're not sure, if you're following a rule, then it might be better to not do whatever it is you're thinking of doing. Yeah, minuscule as in like if it's a technical infraction, but it makes so much sense in the moment, right? Again, I wrote that you should avoid mentioning other livers, but there will be times that it's really funny and really appropriate to mention another liver. Like if I'm saying something really relevant, and honestly, in the right context, I'm always happy to talk about by the beat. In fact, I usually will bring them up. But yeah, just these are more like rules of caution, so that this space can be comfortable for everybody. I want everybody to be able to hang out. I didn't intend to go over them for quite this long, but I hope that this can clarify anything that is unclear. And if you're ever unsure, please never be afraid to send questions my way, either through the ego tag, or if you'd like for it to be totally private, a very small tip through Streamlabs is also a safe way to do that. Okay, thank you so much. I do need to get out of here. I'm actually running a little late now, but I don't know. I realized that I wouldn't have a solo stream till probably Saturday, aside from members only on Friday, if that goes as planned. And I wanted to kind of get these through quickly before collabs, because that's honestly when these are super relevant. Because during collab streams, I can see you, but I'm not able to take action as quickly. Whenever people break rules during collabs, I often have to deal with it after the stream is over, so that I don't interrupt the fun times. Unfortunately, so I just wanted to establish those clearly. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for always being so patient with me. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna send you somewhere else now. As I mentioned, I don't have a schedule to show you, but I'll see you again tomorrow for Final Fantasy. Who is live? Who can I send you away to? Is anybody live? Oh my gosh, is there not a single person? There's nobody in my list. Do I need to refresh it? I don't think there's anybody. Wow, that's so rare. We're in the witching hour. We're in the real dead hours right now. All right, let's see who's due to go live. Who's the next person that I can find? Let's see. Give you something that you don't have to wait too long for. Okay, it is August 19th. O2, haha, oxygen. Otsu. Did you get that, by the way? For those that didn't get my recent tweet about saying oxygen instead of otsukare, it's because the chemical readout for oxygen is O2. That is 2 individual oxygen molecules make like a... What is the word? Did I say that wrong? 2 individual oxygens make the oxygen that we breathe, the air that we breathe. So O2 would be read as otsu, otsu, otsukare-sama deshita. Haha. You get it? Funny, right? I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian. Okay, let's see. Who is live soon? I'm trying to find something within the next few hours. Okay, hold on. I think I found something. Okay, it'll be a while. Like, it'll be about 3.5 hours, but on the subject of Final Fantasy, Miss Illyra Pandora, who I'll also be playing with later in the evening, she's going through Heavensward. She's doing the Heavensward expansion. The Heavensward main scenario quest. Honestly, it's my personal favorite, I think. I've only played through Stormblood. I'm at the end of Stormblood. But yeah, of the ones that I played, Heavensward is my favorite by far. I love the aesthetics. I love all the vibes. So feel free to watch along with her. Note, though, that there will be some pretty serious spoilers if you're ever interested in playing the game yourself, which I highly recommend. If you're unfamiliar with the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with an expanded free trial, which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn, and also the award-winning Heavensward expansion, and also the award-winning Stormblood expansion up to level 70 for free with no restrictions on playtime, now also available on Xbox and coming to mobile with a revamped experience for beginners. Skip ad, skip ad, skip ad. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. I'll see you again later. I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay? I'll see you again tomorrow. Stay safe. Have a nice meal. Love forever. Bye-bye.